Namaskar. Hello and welcome to P Guru's channel and Gunner Shot. This is Good Morning India edition Sunday. Let's welcome General Shankar. General Shankar, Namaskar. Good morning India. How are you, sir?
Namaskar, good morning, India, and I'm fine. I'm in my backyard. As usual, in my area, there's a little power cut, and that power cut is because I've been saying, repeating, infrastructure is coming up big way in near my house, major metros and all that. So at times power goes, but doesn't matter. I'm sitting with Mother Nature in my background, and we'll speak. You might not see my picture well, because it might be buffering because I'm on hotspot. Let's
So
start,
far
sir.
it's good. So far it's
Oh,
good.
fine.
Yeah. So the thing that is happening quietly but surely is that there is a new counter that United States is preparing, and it's on the ground right there. We have seen what has been happening in Syria. That happened, I think, 2 years ago. They took a terrorist and made him the president. And you have Turkey on the one side, and the other side they have Iraq. And these three are now being built as a counter to Iran. Now, if you think of, do these things have any serious armies? I'm not so sure about Iraq and Syria, but there is an army that Turkey does have. So, General Shankar, your thoughts looking at it from that perspective, is that an effective counter, first of all?
Well, let me put it this way. I'll not get into the counterpart immediately. The first
Yeah,
thing, let's take stock of the situation where it is today. That's more important to understand why this is happening. There is something
yeah,
happening, there's no doubt about it, but let's understand. See, the deal is not close. Iraq and Qatar. Or people said, Iraq and Oman and all that, that deal is not close. Now, Iran has put up a whole lot of new conditions, right? They must, that US must seize all threats. They must permanently end war of aggression in Lebanon, Palestine, Iraq, Yemen, and all that. And the blockade has to be lifted. Reparations has to be given in advance. You know, they're virtually holding the whole world to ransom, Iran, in the name of US. Now, why is this happening? You will understand. And in the process, this is going to be a ding dong battle. There's one thing that choking Hormuz and all that is one part of the story, which is current. And the other, of course, the next part of the story, or the same part of the story, is the fact that oil supplies through the Gulf are iffy. And ships also going through are iffy. If you could show that slide which we had, that graph which showed, yeah.
oh, graph.
See,
Okay,
no,
graph.
not this one, the other one.
The graph.
N-
The graph,
The
right?
graph. The graph. Yeah, you see this. Uh, this is a 5-day moving average. Pre-war, it was 130 ships. This is February. Now, at the height of the time when the deal was supposed to be on, it went to 60. Now it's gone back to about 20. So this ding dong thing will continue. So as a result, what you're going to see is that you're going to have problems, and Iran will keep moving up and down, and it's not going to say. The Hormuz opening is also a thing. Now the point is, the next thing is, this conflict is no more just US and Iran. What Iran is doing, we can take this off, sir. What Iran is doing is something people have to understand. One, Iran is directly contesting US militarily. That we know. Sporadic fires might still come back. It might still happen. At the second level, Iran has revived its, those proxies, Houthis, Hezbollah, and Iraqi militias. These three. Hamas is virtually out of the equation now. I mean, that's a different story. If it comes up, we'll see. Now, what is happening as a result of this? Israel and Hezbollah are fighting in Lebanon. Yemen is going into a civil war. The Houthis are now in war with the South Yemen. I wouldn't say South Yemen, the original government. So that war has restarted, and the Iraqi militias have flared up. Why have they flared up? You have to understand this, the connection with the Strait of Hormuz. See, everyone is looking at this as a direct one-to-one fight between Iran and US. Sorry, no. This is Iran trying to establish control over this entire area and defeat US. That's a larger thing and revive itself. That's a right. How is it doing? It's putting these militias up again. Why? See, unless these militias come up, the problem doesn't expand, and the control over other straits don't come in. The control over oil doesn't come in. Okay, if that control comes, then only then the Strait of Hormuz becomes relevant. You see, Iran is trying to keep the Strait of Hormuz relevant. Please understand this, right? And unless that happens, nothing will go. So this is Iran's game plan. So what is US and everyone else's game plan? Game plan to make Strait of Hormuz irrelevant. Just think what is at stake. What is at stake is the day Strait of Hormuz becomes irrelevant, right? Or rather, its relevance is reduced. Iran's control over the rest of the area starts reducing. This is a long-term game which is going on. Okay. And then immediately all these Gulf countries will get together with USA and start recontrolling and taking the entire, oil industry. And it is just not that USA and governments are doing it. Guys like Chevron, Shell, everyone is in the game today. They're all in the game. Okay. Now, what are they trying? I mean, this is the important thing. Why Turkey, Syria, and Iraq come into game? Why do they come into the play? Is one has to understand. So we'll get the first map on. Any one map you can put on, right? No, yeah,
Oh,
the
I'm
one
sorry, sir.
before
Oh,
that.
hold on, hold on, hold
Yeah,
on, hold on.
that's okay. Yeah, this one. Look at it.
This one.
Just look
Yeah.
at this. Look at this. All of you look at this carefully, right? Uh, See, the green lines in this are the pipelines which are existing already. Okay, which are the three green pipelines? One is the Abu Dhabi pipeline, which comes out at Fujairah, okay, where the 21 MBD is written. Then the Yanbu port pipeline, east-west pipeline in Saudi Arabia, and to the north, there's one green pipeline, and that green pipeline is Kirkuk Sehan. Where does that green pipeline go? It went through, Kirkuk, not into what shall I say, Turkey, and goes into the Mediterranean. This was the original one which was lying. What are people now trying? People are now trying to start three, four more. One, Bahrain. See number three there, the number three pipeline. They're looking at Bahrain, KSA, Jordan, Lebanon, and through. Okay, for that Lebanon has to become. The other alternatives come from Jordan, come down south and go into Eilat and take it out through Israel. Okay. Then there's of course another one, from Saudi Arabia, increase the capacity, go to Iraq, and then go north. So if show the other map also, I'll explain because that also is a interesting map.
Just a second, sir.
Yeah. And this is the Hejaz Railway. I sent another map to you, not this one. This is also the Hejaz Railway. Another map, the first map
That
probably
is
which
it,
is
sir.
on page.
That's all I have.
Okay, fine, no
Hang on.
problems. Right, no
This
problems.
is the
No,
one. Oh,
no, you can go back to the earlier one. Go back to the earlier map with
okay.
pipelines. I'll explain this. This is also an interesting thing which is now coming up into play. Not this one, the one, earlier one. Yeah,
Oh, the other one. Okay, okay. Got it, got it.
uh,
1 second, sir.
the pipelines one. Yeah, now you have a look at this. There is also a pipeline which is going to connect the Caspian from Azerbaijan, Armenia, Turkey to the Mediterranean. The Caspian at the top. So what happens is, and so all these, if you see, which are the countries involved? What we are discussing: Turkey, Iraq, and Syria. Turkey, there's no issue. I mean, it will go through, but people don't want to go to Turkey with their pipelines. Because once they go into Turkey, they will be held hostage by Turkey. So people are more interested in Iraq and Syria. And you see what Iran is doing? Their militia and Hezbollah are active in these very places. Now, at this point of time, Syria is the only one which doesn't have great militancy and all, it's under control. So that is why they want to, Trump is propping up Syria. Now, if Iraqi oil, Kuwaiti oil, and a lot of Saudi oil goes through the north and exits into the Mediterranean, and the Yanbu port line also gets doubled, and the Fujairah port line also gets doubled, then you're looking at the Strait of Hormuz value going down. I hope I've made this aspect clear to everyone. You have to
Yeah.
understand, right? So, this is the game. And Iran understands it fully well. Iran knows in 2 years, right? The See, just like during COVID, all of us were saying we will have
Sir,
China
can
plus
you
one.
can you excuse me for just 2 minutes, sir? I'll let you
Yeah,
continue. I'm
please.
listening. I just need to take
Yeah,
care of one little thing, and please
yeah, no
continue,
problem.
sir. Do
Yeah,
you want me to leave the map?
yeah, I've leave the map, no problem. So that
Okay.
something is, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you see this map, and then you see that people are trying to ensure that Iran gets the Strait of Hormuz gets devalued. Iran knows this. That is why it has activated Iraq militias. It has activated Syria or whatever it is, and of course even Jordan is in the game and Turkey. Now countries are uneasy to go to Turkey, so it is Syria. That is why this chap Al Jolani is being feted by Trump. Very simple. And why is Yemen going into a civil war? Please see. Look at where Sana'a is in this. North of Sana'a is Houthi land. South of Sana'a is the rebel, the government of the official government of Yemen. Now they are now getting into a civil war. Now, originally the civil war was backed by UAE and Saudis. But now Saudis and UAE are in a rift. So if both of them get together, then there'll be something. Now the interesting part here is, will Pakistanis go there to finish off Houthis? See, deal to ho gaya bhai Pakistan ka. So what is the thing? So this is an issue which we will have to see. So if you see overall, right? Yeah, Iran is also playing this game that they've activated uh, Lebanon. They will anyway activate Syria. Iraq is activated already, and Yemen. If you go before, when Israel finished off Hassan Nasrallah in Lebanon, and Syria fell, Bashar Assad fell. You have to understand there was a Shia crescent. Iran, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon. They were all Shia dominated. That has been broken. Iran is desperately now trying to put that crescent back in. Only problem is at that time it was, backed by Russia and China. Today that is not there because Russian presence in Syria is out. They have some remnants of a base, but nothing great. Okay, Turkey would not let Russia come in here because Russia has their own game to play. So even to some extent, it's not only the Caspian, the Black Sea oil also. The Turkey wants to get in here. So there is a game of pipelines which has started, which will counter the Strait of Hormuz. It is not only this. It's just not this. Why was Egypt being brought into the Islamic NATO? Now, right now, what has happened is that Turkey, KSA, and Pakistan triangle, isn't it? At some point of time, last month, they were talking of Egypt and Qatar also in this NATO, call it whatever you want. Why? Suez Canal. Okay? Suez Canal. The whole story is Saudi Arabia doesn't want both ends That is the southern end, which is the Bab al Mandab, and the northern end, Suez Canal, stuck. But if this is part of that Islamic NATO and this new pact, then Saudi Arabia has a way out. The other way out, incidentally, very, very interestingly, is through Jordan and Israel. So Israel becomes important. Now, Israel becomes important, Abraham Accords become important. So there are a lot of angles and googlies which are being playing into this. Right? Now, so I foresee many more things happening here. This is not the end of the story. If Iran thinks it's going to get away, it's not. Now, the thing which the decision in front of Iran is whether Iran can, close a deal before this happens. The longer this Iran doesn't go into this deal, the faster will be, or the urgency will be for everyone else to lay these pipelines out. It is not only these pipelines. People are saying, look, pipelines may be interrupted, may not be interrupted by drones, this, that, and all that. So we will lay a railway line. What is that railway line? I mean, in between that railway line was shown called the Hejaz railway line. Now the Hejaz railway started from Turkey, Constantinople, Istanbul rather, at that point of time in the beginning of World War One. Yeah. So this is it. See this from Istanbul. The rail came around, it came through Syria, Amman, and down to up to Medina. This was a Turkish railway operated in the First World War. Okay, this was the railway which Lawrence of Arabia cut at Aqaba. Where is Aqaba? Where Man is written, that is the Gulf of Aqaba. Okay, if you go see that movie Lawrence of Arabia, you'll see the Arabian forces raiding Aqaba and cutting Aqaba off and cutting this railway line off. Okay, that is the importance. So this railway line becomes an alternative to all the pipelines. And then you have this green one which is also being planned from UAE all along the coast. It gets connects Bahrain, Kuwait, everyone, and Saudi Arabia, and again goes to Amman and Damascus and goes through. Ultimately, whether it will go through Lebanon or it will go through Israel, that's to be seen. Right? And I'm sure Turkey will not be given the freedom ki bhai. See, the advantage of Turkey is the railway line can then extend into Europe where the arrow on the left is there. You without, I mean, they'll put a bridge across Bosphorus, which is already there, and go through. So, Mediterranean gets a direct thing, or East Europe gets a direct connect. So this is also coming up. There's railway existed, of course, the tracks and all are not there, but the railway alignment, everyone knows Hejaz railway. So this is also being activated. Now Iran knows all this. It's not as if Iran doesn't know all this. Okay. So this is the game. So the counter to Iran is this. And this is a very viable counter. After all, when you put oil into ships, it's a limited amount. That same ship can pick up oil from either from Israel or Syria or Lebanon, one of those ports. And so people will now go hammer and tongs to clear out Hezbollah. Iran, see, if you see in this map, Iran becomes critical, not Iran, Syria becomes critical in the center. Okay. And people are trying to recreate something. If you go back into pre-Iran days, in the days when there was a fight between Egypt and Israel, go back to the 60s, 70s, the saying in this area was, if you want war, go to Egypt, because Egypt was very belligerent again under, Nasser and,
Nasser. Yeah.
yeah, right, and Anwar Sadat. So if you want peace, go to Syria. Bashar al-Assad's father, right, I'm forgetting his name. What is Hafiz
Hafiz.
al-Assad? Yes,
Hafiz.
Hafiz
Yeah.
al-Assad. He was the person who was the person who held Syria was a critical thing to hold everyone. because Syria had access to the Shia world and the Sunni world. They said Muslim Brotherhood karna hai, peace lana hai, go to Syria. But then today Syria has got lost value, Egypt has lost value. For that matter, Iraq has lost value. Iraq under Saddam Hussein was a heavyweight. And by doing all this, Iran has come up. Saudi Arabia is being under threat. And Saudi Arabia also knows that it can't handle Iran. So people who think, oh, USA has lost this battle and all, well, rethink, please. USA has not lost this battle. It has not done militarily well, I have no doubt. But this game is not up. Yeah, we can take this map off. I read, and so we have to understand Iran is at a point where it has to take a call what it wants to do. It wants to continue this fight, not close a deal, or continue this fight and lose the deal and lose relevance. It will lose relevance also. The interesting thing is, of course, Pakistan. Where does Pakistan go in this whole deal? So that's all I have today in this entire explanation of what can Trump counter Iran. He can and he is. It's not only Trump, entire Europe is behind him on this. Entire the oil companies are behind him on this. The Gulf is also behind him on this. So soon Iran might get isolated.